For centuries, Africans have farmed pulses, vegetables, and tubers to nourish their families and communities by utilizing indigenous knowledge systems. But as climate impacts escalate and farming seasons are disrupted, Africa's food security is threatened. In this documentary, PowerShift Africa examines how preservation of traditional knowledge wealth can create long-term agricultural resilience and promote food security.
My name is Daniel Wanjama. I'm the coordinator Seed Savers Network. Here we are is at our Farmers Training Center. We're in Gilgil, Nakuru County. And the Seed Savers Network is a movement of different stakeholders, majority of them being farmers. And we are also having in our network researchers. We have in our network activists. So it's a movement that advocates for food sovereignty, seed sovereignty, and defend our rights as communities to feed ourselves as Kenyans. And therefore, it is not a centralized organization, but a network of many people committed to the same goal.
My name is Tabitha Munyiri. I work at Seed Savers Network as the Communications and Advocacy Officer. And at Seed Savers Network, what we do is that we promote the conservation of agrobiodiversity. And this is because of the importance that diversity has. One of which we know is climate change. The other aspects, of course, are things to do with seed and food sovereignty. We also advocate for the rights of farmers, and we also do a lot of capacity building, especially for smallholder farmers, as we talk about seed saving, seed banking, agroecology, and wholesomely sustainable agriculture. Seed saving is a process whereby farmers are able to save or to make use of, to reuse seeds that they had planted before to plant them again. And seed saving is a process because it starts with identification of seeds in the field, and then there's the way the farmers mark the seeds based on maturity, based on flowering, and then once they are certain that now this is a seed, now we start the process of seed saving. So for starters, I wouldn't want to have or say a seed bank is a structure, but it's more of qualifying the culture of seed saving. But basically a seed bank is a location whereby farmers can be able to put their seeds and they can use them later. Seed saving is important because of a couple of elements, especially when we want to look at the women and the important role that seed saving is playing in their lives. And of course, this is testimonies or information that we're getting after interacting with the different women and seed ambassadors that we work with. Seed saving is also important because we know about the time that we are living in, and we know that there's a lot of issues, especially of climate change. We used to have a regular rain patterns. Now the rains are not very predictable. And when we look at the seeds that the local and indigenous seeds that we advocate for people to save, these seeds are very resilient to climate. And you find that even when there is very little rainfall, farmers are still able to harvest something. And this is something that is testimonies that we've been getting from farmers.
Kwa majina naitwa Beatrice Wangui Mwangi na hapa ni Nakuru, Gilgil, Langalanga. Hii kijiji inaitwa Kangai. Mimi ni mkulima na ni mkulima wa kilimo hai ambao tunalima bila kutumia kemikali. Mimi ni chairlady wa kikundi kinaitwa Beracom Organic Farmers, na mimi pia ni seed ambassador ambayo niko na vikundi kama 20 nyuma yangu ambao ni vikundi ambayo iko kwa area yangu. Na nikiongeza hapa Kangai, sisi tunaishi kwa shamba la mawe. Sisi hatuna maji, mtoni iko mbali sana, tena hatuna maji ya mfereji. Lakini kupitia masomo ambayo tulifundishwa na Seed Savers, wakati Seed Savers haikuwa imetufundisha, sisi tulikuwa wamama ambao hawana kitu ya kufanya, hawana chakula ya familia. Tunaenda kutafuta vibarua mbali ndio tupate riziki ya watoto. Lakini wakati tulianza kufundishwa na Seed Savers Network, tukaanza na kitchen garden, tukaanza seed bank yetu. Kwa sababu tuliona wakati mvua imenyesha, hatuna mbegu za kwenda kupanda mashamba yetu inakaa hivyo, kwa sababu hatukuwa na njia za kupata pesa. Kwa hivyo mashamba yetu ilikuwa inakaa hivyo. Na kupitia haya masomo tukafundishwa maneno ya kujiwekea mbegu. Kwa hivyo sasa sisi tuko na community seed bank ambao tuko members 17, lakini hii seed bank yetu ina feed watu wengi sana, kwa sababu hata kama hauko kwa kikundi na unataka mbegu, huwa tunawapatia mbegu, kwa sababu wakulima wengine wanakumbuka maneno ya mbegu mvua ikinyesha. Kwa hivyo ni seed bank ambaye si ya wakulima hao peke yao, lakini hata wale wengine wanakuja kuchukua mbegu, na wale hawana pesa, sisi huwa tunawapatia mbegu, halafu wakivuna, halafu wanarudisha.
My name is Anne Wamboy from Seed Savers Network. I'm the Seed Bank and Nursery Officer. Here at Seed Savers, we preserve indigenous seeds in our seed bank, which is connected to various community seed banks around Nakuru County and other areas. Seed saving and seed banking comes in handy when we talk about climate change. Reason being, the seeds that we are saving, these are indigenous seeds. They are seeds adapted to the environment. They are seeds that can withstand harsh conditions. And when we have these seeds, they are ultimate answer to any kind of climate change. Here at Seed Savers, we have different categories of seeds we keep. We have vegetables, we have nuts, we have legumes, we have beans, which has the largest collection so far. We have maize and some tree seeds. So for the vegetables and nuts, they don't stay at the seed bank so a long time. They stay for a shorter time compared to the legumes, the beans and the maize. Reason being, the cereals, they are hardy. They can sustain any kind of temperature, and they can be dried to a moisture content of below 10%. And when you dry a seed with a moisture content of below 10%, they can withstand any freezing temperatures of -23 degrees and below. And that way, they can stay for up to 50 years. So normally, when they are brought in the seed bank by the farmers, we conduct some series of tests like the germination testing, the moisture testing, just to make sure that everything is okay. And when they surpass the tests, we then record the day that we have kept the seeds in the seed bank. And we record specifically where we have kept the seeds. If it's in the shelf, we record. If it's in the deep freezer or the fridge, we record. So that will help us track the seeds. From time to time, we go back to those records, conduct another series of tests to the seeds. And when the tests are maintained, we can continue putting them in the seed bank. If the tests of the seed have deteriorated, then we can replant them. We have a regeneration place here in our center. We take them back to the farm to regenerate again. And then after they grow, we bring them back to the seed bank.
The fact that the commercial seed system cannot supply all the seeds that farmers want, like for instance, if you go to any shop that are selling seeds, you are likely to find only maize for cereals. You are likely to find exotic vegetables like tomatoes and kales and the like, but you are not going to find local vegetables. You are not going to find beans. You're not going to find, for instance, sorghum, millet, even yam, cassava. All these are important food and important seed for food security. And if you cannot find them there, it means the solutions that are found in the shops are not solving our problem as it should. And therefore the only way is to have, especially all the seeds that we cannot find in those agro shops, being available from the farmers themselves. And you may realize that 80% of the seeds that we are growing food using come from the farmers themselves. And this is the same across the continent. And therefore it's very important for people to save their own seeds. And it's also important for conservation of agricultural biodiversity. Otherwise we lose our agricultural biodiversity if we rely on seeds that are coming from commercial seed system.
The message is as clear as it's urgent. Preserving indigenous seeds through seed banks help to respond to climate impacts on food systems. It also protects the rare genetic wealth in African food crops.